Hi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how to break bad habits. And let's just be honest, we all have some type of bad habit that we need to break. So let's jump right on in and find out how we can do that. So everyone has at least one bad habit, whether it's being chronically late, tapping your feet, chewing gum too loud, eating sloppily, oversharing on Facebook, or eating junk food. A bad habit can impede your happiness, health, and social relationships. So the key to overcoming bad habits is, first, you must figure out where this habit is coming from and what drives you to do it. See, that's the thing. When we have bad habits, it is something that you just do, but there's something that drives you to do that. So you have to figure out where that's coming from, because only you know that. So the key so it's been said that when you constantly show up late, you're actually trying to exert control over those that you keep waiting. They now are working on your time and not theirs. Over time, this can lead to a loss of friends and or a job. So other bad habits have life-shortening consequences, such as eating the wrong foods and failing to exercise will threaten your health and longevity. Smoking and abuse of drugs or alcohol are two other serious life-threatening bad habits. Compulsive shopping can jeopardize your financial stability and ultimately erode your mental health. Even being a fashion victim by wearing the wrong shoes can increase your risk of chronic disability. And when I say wrong shoes, I'm talking about the platform shoes, the 6-inch heels, all that good stuff. That stuff is, yes, they're cute, but they really are not good for the body. And I'm specifically, when you have those really high heel shoes, it puts your body at an odd angle, so now things are just all out of whack. So for some of your bad habits, you may actually need to seek professional help, but for others, these few changes can possibly help you on your habit breaking journey. So let's jump right on in. Number one, you have to decide that you really want to change and believe that you can change. You can only change what you decide you want to change, period, point blank. And I can really end the video on that note. You have to decide that you want to do it. All psychological models of change emphasize the importance of commitment as a necessary first step. If you don't see a problem, you won't work on changing your behavior. The more honest you are with yourself about the nature of your bad habit, the more likely you will be to start on the path towards change. To help motivate yourself, a frank conversation with the people closest to you may prove very valuable. People who care about you can give you the mirror you need to see your problematic behaviors for what they are. Hard pill to swallow for some, but sometimes you have to do that. Number two, get clear on what's causing your bad habit. Once you figure out your inner motives and the external incentives that are driving your bad habits, you'll go a long way towards changing them. This will require you to take a good hard look at the situations that led you to commit your bad habit. If it's lateness, you may be trying to control the lives of other people by setting the times that you want to meet, not they want to meet. Because sometimes when we have meetings with people, we want to meet at one time, but the person you're meeting with has something else to do, so they say, no, we have to meet at this time. So you show up late, therefore allowing you all to meet on your time instead of the time that was already put out there. It's also possible that your behavior is motivated by a kind of self-defeating need to undo yourself, or what psychoanalysts might call neurotic behavior. Do you unconsciously try to mess up your own success because you don't feel you deserve the best that life has to offer? And you'd be surprised at how many people do this. Some bad habits just feel good, so we keep repeating them. And I'm not going to go into any specifics, but there are some bad habits that feel real good, and so we keep on doing it. They may also make our problems, such as stress, temporarily go away, and this relief becomes another source of reinforcement. Social rewards add to the mix if your friends don't complain when you're late, act in overbearing ways, or commit social improprieties. You don't see any real reason to change. In fact, the behavior of other people might keep your bad habits going. So if you have a bad habit and the people closest to you don't call you on your stuff, there's no reason for you to change. So you're only going to change when the people closest to you say, hey, Michelle, you know what? Love you, but you really need to stop doing this. Love you, but you need to stop doing that. But as long as they don't say anything, you're going to keep right on doing it. Number 3, start out by setting realistic goals. And this is always going to be the case whenever you're trying to do anything. Your bad habits have taken years to establish, so you won't be able to throw them out overnight. Come up with a reasonable schedule that will work for you and one that you can actually achieve. For example, if you live a sedentary lifestyle, you can't think that you're going to go from not working out to hitting the gym 7 days a week. It's not going to happen. You won't keep up the schedule, and eventually you will quit, period. Start off with 2 to 3 days a week and then add on more if you want to. So again, if I was a couch potato and I didn't go to the gym at all, and one day I wake up and I'm all of a sudden trying to hit the gym 7 days a week, that's not realistic. And I'm not going to stick with it, because after about a week, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be sore. I'm going to say, you know what, the heck with this. This ain't for me. So start out, and yes, I said ain't. I know that. So start out with 2 to 3 days and then build on from there. When it comes to being late, you may just need to get up a little bit earlier or prepare the night before. Number 4, measure your progress and don't be discouraged by occasional slips. If you're going to reach your ultimate goal, you need to know how well you're doing on achieving your reasonable goals you've set as first steps. This means that you have to keep a diary or journal. In case of exercise and weight control, for example, you can take advantage of online recording programs that also give you tips that adapt to your record of progress. Let me put a pin right here. I use what is it that I use? Lord, I use it all the time and I can't even think about it. Hold on. I'm going to tell you in just a second. I use MyFitnessPal. Absolutely love it. In fact, when I'm tapping on the app right now so I can tell you how long I have been logging and recording my food into MyFitnessPal. And it's taking a minute to load up here. So, according to this, I have been logging in for 1,158 days. So I am very diligent with logging in my food. Now, I won't lie, I may miss a meal here and there or a snack, but for the most part, I do log in my food. So, I'm sorry, I digressed. Okay, so there are certainly apps for that. I love saying apps for that. So the one I just told you about, MyFitnessPal, is a perfect one, which can make your record keeping easy and perhaps reinforcing your own right. Now, I love it because sometimes I go back and say, you know what, I had a great week last week, so I'm going to just do everything I did last week. And there is a way that you can tap on your breakfast, lunch, dinner, or one of your snacks, and it allows you to copy over what you did the day before, or you can pick another day that was really good and put it into today. So easy to use. And number 5, last but certainly not least, seek additional support for your habits. Seek additional support if your habits are proving harder to change. One of the best ways to build your inner resilience is by looking outward for support. If you're having trouble making these changes on your own, reach out to your friends, your family, your mentors, or a life coach. Hint, hint. Why do you think we have support groups such as Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig? It's hard out here trying to do things by yourself. And you know what? While I'm there, because y'all know I like to keep things transparent with you, I am a lifetime Weight Watchers member. When I joined Weight Watchers, I had 20 pounds to lose, but it was so hard trying to lose that 20 pounds. You know why? Because I wanted to be on a program today, and chances are, if I fell off, I said to heck with it, I'll start it again next Monday. Not thinking that, okay, Michelle, today didn't go great, but guess what? Tomorrow's a whole new day. My mind told me that you messed up. It's okay. Continue to enjoy yourself. Get back on track next week. Sometimes I messed up at lunch, and I said, forget it. I'm just going to throw dinner out the window. It's a crapshoot anyway because I've already messed up, but you can't think that way. So sometimes you do have to reach out to a support group. If you are trying to change, maybe you are into alcohol, drugs, and other things like that. You know, maybe you have a sex addiction. I don't know. Whatever that thing may be, reach out and find a support group. Or, or like I said, you can reach out to friends, family members. Now, again, you know, I'm always saying this. Be careful who you talk to, because every ear that listens has a mouth to run. So you've got to be careful who you reach out to for that support that you need. I can always assure you that you can reach out to me, and I promise whatever you share with me will stay with me. It will only get out if you tell it. Okay? So that's all I have. And let me do a quick recap and I'm going to let you be. So we talked today about how to break bad habits. And the first habit that I shared with you was decide that you really want to change and believe that you can. I made this number 1 because that's key. If you don't believe that you can change, guess what? You won't. Number 2, get clear on what's causing the bad habit. Number 3, start out by setting reasonable goals. Number 4, measure your progress and don't be discouraged by occasional slips. Last but certainly not least, number 5, seek additional support if your habits are proving harder to change. That's all I have for you guys this week. I encourage you to find one bad habit this week that you can change. And if you want to, please be sure to let me know below what that habit was and kind of share a little bit about how you were able to change that habit or what steps you put in place to be able to change that habit. Thank you guys to my newest subscribers. I love you guys so much. Thank you to those of you that continue to support me. I love you all to the moon and back, and I look forward to speaking life into you again next week. Until then, take care.